Hello, my name is Michelle Logan. What the Bible says about life and death. Reading the creation account in the Bible book of Genesis, we learn that the first man, Adam, was told by God, "From every tree of the garden you may eat to satisfaction, but as for the tree of the knowledge of good and bad, you must not eat from it, for in the day you eat from it, you will certainly die." Genesis chapter 2, verse 16 and 17. That statement clearly and simply shows that if Adam had obeyed God's command, he would not have died, but would have continued living in the Garden of Eden. Sadly, rather than choosing to obey and live forever, Adam chose to ignore God's command, and he ate the forbidden fruit, and with his wife Eve gave it to him. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1 through 6. The consequences of that act of disobedience are still with us today. The Apostle Paul explained it this way: through one man sin entered into the world, and death through sin, and so death spread to all men because they had all sinned. Romans chapter 5, verse 12. That one man was, of course, Adam, but what was the sin, and why did it lead to death? What Adam did willfully, disobeying the breaking God's law, is sin. 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. And the penalty for sin is death, as God told Adam. As long as Adam and his future offspring remain obedient to God's command, they would have no sin and would never have to taste death. God did not create humans to die, but to live even forever. There is no dispute that death has spread to all men, as the Bible stated, but does some part of us live on after we die? Many would say yes, that part of us, something called the soul, is immortal. This, however, would amount to saying that God lied to Adam. How so? Because if a part of us moves on to live in some other realm after we die, then death will not be the penalty for sin. As God stated, the Bible says it is impossible for God to lie. Hebrews chapter 6, verse 18. In reality, it was Satan who lied when he told Eve, "You certainly will not die." Genesis chapter 3, verse 4. That raises the question: if teaching of the immortality of the soul is based on lie, then what really happens at death?